Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Alright. Salutations to the hopeful elect and the 1/3. Okay. I'm the brother Mataza'ah from the GMS Chicago camp. Back with a quick lesson. And back with a quick lesson. And this lesson's gonna go into being, keeping the law and being justified by faith. All right. I mean, living by faith. Okay. All right. Now, many people have put videos out. Salakia. All right, many camps have made videos, all right, of how talking about you got to keep the laws, you got to keep the law, and how they keep the law. Well, first of all, it's impossible to keep the law, okay? And the Lord knew that, all right? And that's why Yahushai, all right? That's why Yahushai died on the cross for us, all right? Okay? This is Galatians. This is Galatians 3:13. Okay? It says, Hamashiach has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, curses everyone that hangeth on a tree. Okay? So I'm going to read this again in the NLT. It says, but Hamashiach has rescued us from the curse pronounced by the law. When he was hung on a cross, he took upon himself the curse of our wrongdoing. For it is written, the scriptures curses everyone who is hung on a tree. Okay? So, that right there is what, that right there is what, saved us from the law. Okay? Because there's no way we'd be able to follow the law. All right? Not in this place, not in Babylon. All right? It's impossible. Okay? Matter of fact, this is Galatians 3, and I'm going to start at 1. Okay? O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Hamashiach, Yahushai Hamashiach, has been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only would I learn of you, received ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Are ye so foolish, having begun in the spirit? Are ye now made perfect by the flesh? Right? Have ye suffered so many things in vain, if it be yet in vain? He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Even as Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. You see? I'm going to read that in the NLT. It says, in the same way, Abraham believed Yahweh, and Yahweh counted him as righteousness because of his faith. All right. Verse 7, know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. Okay. So, hey, you know, verse 8, and the scripture foreseeing that Yahweh would justify the heathen through faith, preached before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, in thee shall all nations be blessed. So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. Okay? For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse, for it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them, but that no man is justified by the law in the sight of God. It is evident, for the just shall live by faith. All right? So, you know, when you hear these camps talking about keeping the law, you know, just know that they're not even keeping the law themselves. Okay? All right? And it's by your faith. It's not, you know, you can get salvation. Salvation's going to come by your faith. All right? Not by keeping the law. All right. So, matter of fact, this is Ephesians 2 and 8. And I'm going to read till 9. This is Ephesians 2 and 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh. See? All right? Now I'm going to read that in the NLT. It says, God saved you by his grace when you believed, and you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from Yahweh. You see? So, hey, you know, you got people really trying to stress themselves out, trying to keep the law, thinking that they can get salvation through the law, you know, when they should focus on believing their faith. All right? This is Romans 3 and 28. Therefore, we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Okay? So, hey, there it is, you know? Justified by faith without the deeds of the law. All right? So, I just had to do a quick lesson. All right? And I just had to do a quick lesson on, you know, faith and being justified by faith and keeping the laws. All right. And the scripture says, you know, the just are walk by faith. All right? You can keep the law all you want, but if you have no faith, then you have nothing. All right? So till next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem B'Kakodash. Shalom.